So once you've gotten your interior or your surfaces, the design of your extended long cube where you want it, we're going to ask that you start to add what we're calling what's called entourage to it. So usually entourage is the people or objects you add to a rendering to make it seem more like lifelike or inhabited by people. We're going to not use actual people or scale figures. We're just going to use objects that indicate use or inhabitation. So I started to add them. For this one, we want this to be playful. You can kind of see here that I have some pillows added, a blanket, a laptop. There's a shelf or a coat hanger on the wall. The idea here is, you've mentioned a couple of times this notion of like affordances, like an idea about programmer use where we could imagine something happening, but maybe the use isn't coded as specifically as like a piece of furniture. Like a bed is where you sleep, a chair is where you sit, a table is where you eat, etc. We'd like you to kind of imagine different ways that elements in your composition could be used, how that might happen, and have it indicated through the addition of these elements. So we don't want you to add furniture, only objects. And if we start to look at this through the camera play, which I'll show you in the next tutorial how to set up, but just so you can understand it here, you can start to see how some of these elements are viewed through the camera. So you begin to see in the animation these individual elements, and they can again kind of project inhabitation or life or interior function or use, but in a way that's a little bit more playful, a little bit more loose, but again it's meant to get you to think and see the potential of these somewhat abstract architectural spaces or constructions to be occupied by people doing things in different ways.